Right then guys, very simple boot camp staple exercise here. This one can be done body weight or loaded. We're going to look at the split squat. So looking at the split squat, again the determinant factor seems to be with the split squat, the length of your stance. So Lee here is picking a medium stance. That would be a wise place to begin with. If you go for a wider stance versus a shorter stance, you're going to be changing which muscles you're predominantly going to be using. We'll look at that in a second. So Lee, just take a medium stance for me. Now, as you can see, one thing people tend to get a little bit wrong with this one is the placement of the rear foot. Now, the rear foot, an ideal scenario with this one, I like to call it sprinter stance. So that's coming onto the ball of the feet, heel nice and high. That gives optimal movement of the back knee. Predominant weight wants to be on the front leg though. That's where he's going to drive down into the floor, into the earth to come back up. So Lee's going to travel in a straight line with this one, drop straight down, drive into the earth with the front heel to come back up. Keep going with a few reps there for me, Lee. So digging the front heel into the floor initiates a big drive from the left glute especially. Obviously there is help coming from this leg, but our effort is coming from the front leg and predominantly the glutes. Okay, you just switch legs there for me, Lee. So if we have a look again with the same stance, and we can really focus mid-foot to heel drive, and that's going to be working predominantly glutes. Yes, of course, quads and thighs are going to be working, but because he's driving the heel and the mid-foot, his focus goes into the glutes. Now, we can make this exercise more predominantly quad-based. If Lee gets his weight on the front of the foot towards the toes and slides his weight forward into the split squat, so you get that forward knee drive, that changes the angles of the split squat dramatically, but it also changes which muscles get the most tension and get the most work. I'm not saying one is better than the other, but if you want to hit your glutes, do it from the heel. If you want to hit your quads a little bit more, maybe do it from the toes. Now we can shift this a little bit again. So if Lee comes into a closed stance, the boot campers might know this as a sneaky variation. All right, so this closed stance, Lee, start a few reps. His legs are going to be burning if I take my time. Again, weight shift, whether it's on the toes or whether it's on the heel. Shift the muscles which are working, but you're going to feel this in your quads and your thighs a lot more, especially if it only comes up halfway. That's just because I'm not being very nice. Okay, I'll let you go into a wide stance. So let's go into a long stance. Long stance here naturally shifts the workload even more so to the heel, so the hamstring and the glutes are going to get a bigger stretch in the lower position. Take it away, Lee. And drive up. So 3 variations of the same move with 3 different stances and 3 different drives of the foot, give you a slight variation, a slight differentiation between the muscle groups which you can use and apply within your training. Now that Lee's legs are burning, we'll let him rest. All right, and we'll move on to the next one. Cheers, guys.